Hello my dear kids. Today we are going to learn about the second part of the lesson Electricity, Primary 5, second term. Chapter 4, Electricity, Part 2. I hope all of you can remember what we have learned about electricity in our previous video. In this video, again, we are going to learn about more things about the electricity. Let's go and see what are the things that we have to learn in this video. Okay, what happens when parts of a circuit are changed? My dear children, before we are going to learn about this, can you remember what is a simple circuit? Can you remember what are the components which are in a simple circuit? Yes, very good. There is a light bulb, wire, a switch and a battery are the components in a simple circuit. So my dear children, the brightness of the light bulb can be changed by the changing of the components of the circuits. There are three ways that we can use to check how the brightness of the light bulb can change by changing of the components of the circuits. They are change the number of batteries, change the number of light bulbs and change the arrangement of light bulb. Okay, let's go and see how the brightness of the light bulb can be changed by the changing of these components of the circuit. Change the number of batteries. My dear children, look at the two pictures very carefully. In both circuits, we can see there are two light bulbs and there is a switch and a wire. But we can see there is a one difference between both circuits. In the first circuit, it has only one battery. In the second circuit, it has three batteries. So my dear children, you know the battery is the one which supply the energy to flow the current of a circuit. In the first picture, the battery will supply the energy for the two light bulbs. But in the second circuit, yes, it contains three batteries. So, more energy can flow to the two bulbs in the second circuit. Therefore, we can see the light bulbs light up more brightly in the second circuit. So, my dear children, a circuit with a one battery, the light bulbs light up less brightly. But the circuit with three batteries, yes, we can see the light bulbs light up more brightly. Next, change the number of light bulbs. Okay, in the previous slide, we learned how the brightness can change by the changing of the number of batteries. Look at these two pictures. What you can see? Yes, we can see there is only one battery in both circuits. But in the first circuit, it has only one light bulb. When we come to the second circuit, yes, it has three light bulbs. So, my dear children, the energy which supply by the battery will take the light bulb to light up. In the first circuit, it has only one light bulb. So, the energy of the battery can take by only this light bulb. Therefore, the light bulb lights up more brightly. But in the second circuit, we know there are three bulbs. But the energy has to supply by only one battery. So, what happened to the brightness of the three bulbs? Yes, my dear children, the light bulbs light up less brightly in the second circuit. So, in these two pictures, we can identify if more light bulbs are added in a circuit, brightness will be decreased. Now, my dear children, here what happened when we change the arrangement of light bulbs in a circuit? Look at the two pictures again very carefully. There is a series circuit and a parallel circuit. Can you remember what is a series circuit and a parallel circuit? Yes, a series circuit is the circuit which only the electricity can flow with one path. But in the parallel circuit, yes, it is a circuit in which there is more than one path for electricity to flow. In this picture, we can see both circuits contain the same number of light bulbs, same number of battery. But the arrangements are different. So, my dear children, in a series circuit, the light bulbs light up more brightly. But in a parallel circuit, the light bulbs light up less brightly. Both circuits use the same number of batteries and light bulbs and the same types of light bulbs. But the brightness of the light bulbs are different in both circuits. Now we are coming to another important thing. Yes, that is conductors and insulators. Have you heard this word earlier? What are conductors? My dear children, when electricity can flow through materials, that materials are called conductors of electricity. So, what are conductors? The materials which allow to flow the electricity are called conductors. To flow the current, the components, they should be good conductors. Here you can see what are the examples of conductors. My dear children, all metals are conductors. They allow electricity to flow through them very easily. A circuit can work if all its components can conduct electricity. It allows electricity to flow through the circuit. So, my dear children, look at the examples of the conductors. Copper, gold, brass, aluminium, silver, steel, iron. Those are the examples of conductors. Okay, what are insulators then? Yes, my dear children, the materials which do not allow to flow the electricity are called insulators. The materials which do not allow to flow the electricity are called insulators. Through the insulators, the electricity cannot flow. Here in the picture, there are some examples of insulators: glass, plastic, ceramic, rubber, fabric, paper, wood, wool. There are some examples of insulators. They do not allow electricity to flow through them. Therefore, these examples of insulators cannot use to flow the current of a circuit. Now we are going to learn about the uses of conductors and insulators. My dear children, the electrical conductors are important for many electrical appliances to work, and also the insulators are necessary for those work. We know a circuit can only work if all its components can conduct electricity. Therefore, all the electrical appliances, they have conductors to flow the current. Electrical insulators can use to protect electric circuits from damage. Wires that touch each other will interfere with the flow of electricity, and that will stop the circuit from functioning properly. Therefore, the insulators are used to protect us from coming in direct contact with electricity. Look at the first picture, my dear children. You can see a switch. Covers of switches are made of plastic. Plastic is an insulator. So, the covers of switches are made of plastic for our safe. Then the second picture, there is an electrical plug which is made up of a combination of materials that are electrical conductors and insulators. The pins of this electrical plug is made of metal. Therefore, it can use to flow the current. But the electrical wires are covered with plastic and rubber. Therefore, it can use for our safe. When we are using electricity in our day-to-day life, we have to be very careful. So, my dear children, how can we use electricity safely? Do you know electricity is very useful to us? We use electricity every day in our electrical devices and appliances. However, electricity can also be dangerous if it is not handled carefully. So, there are some things you should not do when handling electricity. Look at the first picture. My dear children, keep it in your mind. Do not touch a switch or electrical device with wet hands. Do not touch a switch or electrical device with wet hands. In the second picture, you can see there is a socket with many plugs. Keep it in your mind. Do not connect too many plugs to one socket. Do not connect too many plugs to one socket. In the third picture, we can see the small baby who is going to insert his finger into a plug. We have to be very careful when we have small babies at our home. So my dear children, don't touch or don't insert your fingers to the plugs. Look at the fourth picture. Yes, do not use or touch exposed electrical wires. Such wires can cause electrical shocks when you touch this. So my dear children, do not use or touch exposed electrical wires. Then the last picture. Yes, keep out of trees that have power lines running through them. And also we have to stay away and don't touch the downed power cables that comes in contact with the power line. There are some other things that you should not to do when you are using electricity. Do not put electrical appliances or wires near source of water. Do not try to repair any electrical requirements by yourself without taking a help from the adult. Always keep it in your mind. Don't try to repair any electrical requirement yourself. Get an adult or electricians to do all these things. Do not touch switches or electrical devices with wet hands. Do not connect too many plugs to one socket. Do not remove a plug from a socket while the switch is on. Those are the things that you should have to follow when you are using electricity. So I hope all of you can learn about more things of the electricity in this video. Thank you very much for joining. Have a nice day.